How's it going, fight fans? It's your boy Joey G. We are back, and I am once again joined by a very special guest. She is the virtuosa. She's the current Ring of Honor and AAA Women's Champion. We are speaking with the one, the only Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna, good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's so exciting to see you. I've been excited to talk to you for some time now. You know, you have had a dominant run since returning to Impact, and now you hold the Ring of Honor Women's title. You just had this great title defense over Chelsea Green at Sacrifice. How are you feeling coming out of Sacrifice and pushing forward on the road to Rebellion now?
Sacrifice was I don't know what it was. I did not expect Chelsea to answer my open challenge. I said in my post-match interview and to quite a few people that Chelsea Green and I have worked together other places, and we realized that maybe a partnership doesn't work between us. It didn't work, so we wouldn't do it again at Impact. We would stay clear of each other until Chelsea answered my open challenge. So I was a bit taken back, and I think that Chelsea was by far my most challenging competitor, pushed me to my limit. But as you said, she is my best friend, and she knows me better than anybody. So it was interesting. But at the end of the day, friendships have to be put aside when I'm competing for my championships because I want to keep my championships. I want to be the forever champ. So I had a little moment of mercy there. But you know what? At the end of the day, it all's fair in love and war, right?
All's fair is love and war. And listen, even friends have to watch out because when the champ is on, she is on and she is ready to hold on to that gold. So that's understandable. Now, speaking of your open challenge, Impact just announced shortly before we hopped on the Zoom call that you're going to have another open challenge at the Multiverse of Matches. How does one prepare, or you specifically, how does one prepare when you issue these open challenges, but you don't know who's going to step up? Like, how do you prepare for an opponent that you don't know you're facing yet?
I think that the best advice I've ever been given is that you can only control what you can control, right? I can only control my preparedness walking into each match. And I've kind of taken this champ challenge as an opportunity to get back to my roots and show some new technique that I've either been working on or have had in my back pocket and haven't had the opportunity to pull out. So I think if anything, I'm just focused on me and knowing what I do well, which is break people's arm, use the Fujiwara arm bar, and also have tricks in my back pocket like my Queen's Gambit pile driver. I pull out some new stuff in a match coming up at Impact in a few weeks. So it's exciting for me to be able to challenge myself, but also know that I am the champ for a reason, and it doesn't matter who walks through the current.
It does not matter. My arm hurts just thinking about that Fujiwara armbar. I'm happy that I don't have to be on the receiving end of it, but your opponent should know what they're walking into when they step into the ring with the virtuosa. Um, let's talk quickly. Let's retrack and go back to Sacrifice. There's a new Knockouts champion now for Impact in a very young, very talented Tasha Steelz. I've spoken with Tasha many times. Love that girl's energy and drive. She was able to do what the virtuosa couldn't, which was dethrone Mickie James. How are you feeling now that not only your old rival is no longer the champ, but now that there's a new face of the Knockouts division?
Well, you know what? I think good riddance to Mickie. She's more than welcome to leave Impact Wrestling now that she's not the champion. I'm excited for Tasha. I really am. Obviously, she is someone that I kind of came up with. And, I was a few years ahead of her, but we have this dynamic that's not necessarily trainer, trainee, but we just have this really fun dynamic between us that I know she's someone I could go to bounce ideas off of or get critique from and vice versa. So I think she's been more than ready for this opportunity. It was never an if, it was just a when. And I'm excited to see where she goes from here. There was definitely quite a few tears shed for her. Wrestling is probably the only thing that makes me emotional, and to see my friends succeed and to see people that I know struggled to get where they are and sacrificed, no pun intended, to get where they are. And how hard Tasha worked to get the opportunities that she's gotten at Impact, and now to be the Knockouts world champion means everything to me. When my friends succeed, I succeed. So I'm excited for her and where her career goes from here.
As dangerous as you are in the ring, it warms my heart to hear how good of a friend you are also. Listen, Tasha's path towards becoming Knockouts champion was she won the first ever women's Ultimate X match. Is this a match that the Virtuoso would be interested in competing in somewhere down the line?
Yes, it's definitely not my wheelhouse for sure, but I was very, very jealous that they announced the first ever women's Ultimate X, and I didn't get to be in it. And obviously there's a trade off because I was also in the first ever Knockouts pay per view main event with Mickie at Hard to Kill, but I think it's groundbreaking, and I was so excited to see what the women were going to do and who was going to be involved. And it was something that us women have been fighting for the opportunity to do. I mean, I'm sure women from the OG Knockouts were fighting to do things like that, but
Sure.
Last Slammiversary, when I wrestled Thunder Rosa, they had the structure built for the guys match. And before the pay-per-view started, all us girls were like climbing up and seeing if we could get up there and really pushing like, hey, if we can all make this happen and we can at least climb to the top and hang a little bit, we could do a match. So it was a really hard fought victory for the entire Knockouts division, past and present, to see the women get to do that. And I was very jealous I didn't get to yet.
Well, listen, the only way I see it, you say it's not your wheelhouse. Instead of 2 arms to break, I see 10 arms for the Virtuoso to break, just more opponents for you to inflict damage upon.
Can't climb to the top of the structure if they don't have arms.
If they don't have arms, it's just good life advice. You can't do anything without arms. Listen, it's been so wonderful chatting with you this morning, and I thank you again for joining me, Joey G, with Wrestling Headlines. I only have one more question before I let you go. Impact's getting ready to do an upcoming tour in Philadelphia, and like I said, or in Pennsylvania, yes, in Philadelphia, and I know, like I said at the beginning, we're on the road to Rebellion. What can fans expect from you in these upcoming months in Impact? Because I know you're still the champ. I know you still have desires to win that Knockouts title back. What can we expect from you, the Virtuosa?
I think expect the unexpected. I think that what has been so fun and reinvigorating about wrestling right now. The entire wrestling community, but also specifically Impact Wrestling, is this multiverse that we all get to go through these doors. And I think Impact doesn't get the credit it deserves being the hub of the multiverse. And we've opened the doors to any company to have a working relationship with us, to bring their champions here, to bring their top talent here, to compete against the top talent at Impact Wrestling. So I think that's what's exciting. You never know who's going to pop up at our show next Friday and Saturday in Philly. You never know who's going to pop up in Poughkeepsie at Rebellion. So the possibilities are endless, and I think that we're keeping everybody on their toes. So that's why, more than anything, they should be coming to the shows when they're in the area and tuning into Access TV or YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube too.
I tell you, Impact has been, for as long as I've been covering it, such a centerpiece of the pro wrestling industry. It really, in the last several months, collaborations with AEW, Ring of Honor, NWA, even WWE. It's truly incredible to see all the hard work that you guys are doing there, and especially you, which was the centerpiece of that Knockouts division. So I wish you the best of luck, Deonna. I thank you again so much for joining me. Good luck, and continue doing what you do best, which is breaking some freaking arms, girl, because I'll be there watching it. So thank you very much
For having me.